And Nawaz Sharif's health continues to be, in fact, in a bad, critical at services hospital in Lahore. His platelet count had dropped to 30,000, while a healthy human being is supposed to be, in fact, having at least 150 million. The doctors were trying to reduce a steroids dose given to him. The platelet count fell drastically, according to Sharif's personal physician. The reason behind his recurring fall in platelets should be diagnosed at the earliest. Remember, he was admitted to Lahore's hospital last week, where he has been under supervision of a special medical board. As per the medical team, the platelet count had fluctuated because of the medicines being administered to Sharif for a cardiac disease following a minor heart attack. Sharif was earlier granted bail by the Islamabad High Court on medical grounds. He was arrested in connection with the Al Azizia and Chaudhry Sugar Mills corruption case. The ailing Pakistani leader was serving a 7-year imprisonment in the Al Azizia case in Kot Lakhpat jail in Lahore. And the news now, Hong Kong protesters clashed with the police, setting fires to metro stations and vandalizing buildings in what was the worst night of violence in weeks. Protesters set fire to metro stations and vandalized buildings, including China's official Xinhua news agency. Some of the worst violence to hit the city in weeks. A glass door and entrance and windows were broken and splashed with red ink graffiti. Some shops and businesses were also vandalized, including an outlet of American coffee chain Starbucks. The police responded with tear gas. Police water cannons as well were also in fact used on the protesters, and 100 protesters were arrested. Anti-government protests in Hong Kong have now entered their 22nd week in the Asian financial hub. Commercial districts on the mainland turned into a battleground as crowds of black-clad protesters clashed for hours with the riot police. In scenes that have become part of the new normal in Hong Kong, the Causeway Bay shopping district was enveloped in shrouds of tear gas. Demonstrators were also seen wearing face masks in defiance of the recent ban enacted last month. Earlier, the protesters pulled up metal fencing and used a football goal to build barricades near Victoria Park, a traditional venue for rallies and vigils for decades. They were seen chanting "Hong Kong people resist," calling it the revolution of our time. The latest unrest comes after China's warning that it would not tolerate any challenge to Hong Kong's governing system. Most of the attacks in the region were on businesses linked to China. Hong Kong has currently slid into recession in the third quarter for the first time since the global financial crisis of 2008. More than 3,000 people have been detained in almost 5 months of protests. China's ruling Communist Party has been planning to strengthen laws regarding Hong Kong in the name of national security. A statement of such effect was issued at the end of a major meeting of the party's Central Committee led by President Xi Jinping. The party said that in an effort to maintain the territory's prosperity and stability, it would embark on a project to establish and strengthen a legal system and enforcement mechanism for safeguarding national security in Hong Kong.